So I guess we found ourselves in the middle of an arc. Unsurprisingly, because it is a tournament arc, but this is like a mini arc inside of the grander arc, I guess. So we have Komadai High School from Hokkaido and their ace pitcher Masamune facing off against our heroes in Seido and Furia, who himself is also from Hokkaido. This is the first part in a presumably 2 to 3 part episode series, so not a lot happens plot-wise. Masamune pitches through 7 scoreless innings. He throws a no-hitter through 6 before Miyuki breaks it up. Furia gives up 2 early runs but then settles in and puts up zeros on the board until the 7th. And that's where we stand right now. It is the top of the 8th inning and Komadai is up 2-0. And it seems as if Seido is up against a truly insurmountable opponent. And this is because the ace Masamune is the first truly irredeemable boss that this team has faced so far. And I say irredeemable in the sense that we don't have any personality to latch him onto that would make him somewhat complex in our eyes. All we see him do is scowl and brush off his teammates and kind of hate his own presence on the mound. When we've seen bosses like this before, they always start out this way as someone we're supposed to hate, but then they eventually grow some nuance. Narumiya with his silliness and Raichi with his otherwise shyness outside of the baseball field makes them somewhat lovable, but so far this guy is just a big pile of hate. And the animation does a good job in highlighting his antagonism. The sound effects really amplify how much anger he puts into his pitches, and his facial expressions never leave this really clownish scowl. We get a little bit of his backstory, but it doesn't add any depth or dimension to his character. All it really does is highlight the fact that he is indeed a monster. Not only do the visuals do a good job in highlighting how much of an antagonist our new boss is, but they also do a good job in establishing a distinct color temperature for this arc. Narrative-wise, it serves as symbolism of the fight between these 2 pitchers from Hokkaido. It is Spring Koshien right now. There is probably some precedence for it being cold, but as it fits to the narrative, it's cold right now in the story because both pitchers are from Hokkaido. And it's cold because both of these pitchers also have cold personalities. But the reason why I think it's important that this arc establishes its own distinct temperature is because when we look back at this series and think about each of the distinct arcs, we're going to think about this one as the cold one. And that's going to put us in a place and a mind state when we reflect on the events of this show. That, of course, is if you care about reflecting on the events of the show, because it doesn't say a lot, and honestly, it may not even be worth reflecting. But if you're going to say nothing, at least make it pretty. And no one has ever accused this show of being ugly. Hopefully we get a resolution to this game in the next episode. Whether win or loss, it will lead to interesting possibilities, I feel. Ace of Diamond is still entertaining, and I won't even think about it at all once I hit the end record button here.